guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, my name is Maddie and I am new to YouTube, but if you just want to like, comment, and subscribe, that would be great, guys. And today we'll be talking about one list that I did for my very first video, but I'm actually changed a few questions because you know all of them pretty much. And I did 22 instead of 21. So yeah, I'll just talk about how my 2020 went and my updated on how it is living in New York. So let's go. First thing is, of course, my name is Maddie. I said that in my first video, but nothing's changed there. My age, I am now 22 years old. My first video I made when I was 20. And I was just about to turn 21. It was right before my 21st birthday. So now I'm 22. I'll be 23 this year, which is wild to me. I feel old. The third one is my major in school. So when I last spoke, my major was, I was in nursing, about to change to be a professional pilot. So what ended up happening was I applied to be in the Pro Pilot program for Farmingdale, where I live. And unfortunately, I did not get accepted because I was missing a college algebra class that they needed for the Pro Pilot course. So my first semester, I took that. And then my second semester, you can't apply because you're only allowed to apply in the fall. Or you're able to apply in the spring for the fall. And of course, I was in the fall semester, so I couldn't apply yet. So I took that fall semester. I think I took like 13 credits. And so I just took pre-calculus, all the stuff that you need for the Pro Pilot program. So I took like calculus, an English course, and a couple of other things. So I've done 2 semesters so far, fully 2 semesters at Farmingdale. And then I applied in the spring for the Pro Pilot program, and I got accepted. So that's really exciting. Now, this semester, I'm taking Private Pilot Ground. I am also taking a couple of other things that you need that aren't aviation related other than safety ethics. So that's going really good, actually. I'm in love. I love aviation. I love everything to do with aviation, and I'm so excited to start flying. Unfortunately, I was not able to start flying because of COVID. So because of COVID, everything is like backed up. So I'll start flying in the summer and or the fall if I can't get in for the summer. So that's so exciting, and that's my major. I'm hoping to have a Pro Pilot major with a minor in aviation administration. I think I just need one more class to separate that. So that's my major. The next one is my family. You guys heard about my family, but we have a new one in our family. My brother and my sister-in-law had a baby. His name is Ptolemus. They had him in March of 2020, which was, he is my love of my life. He is so cute. I haven't met him yet because of COVID, but his pictures, he looks just like my brother, which is, he's just adorable. So I can't wait to meet him. Hopefully we'll be able to meet him this summer of 2021. So I'm really hoping. So yeah, that's my family. Where do I live? So guys, I actually moved. I did it. I packed up all my stuff in North Dakota and I moved to New York. I live on Long Island. And let me tell you, the difference was crazy. Like, I had a culture shock moving here, like, no joke. Oh, it was so crazy because I live in a very not populated area. The amount of population in the entire state of North Dakota could, like, triple here. There are millions and millions of people who live in the state of New York, and there's millions and millions of people who just live on Long Island and the city alone. So moving here was very much an adjustment. It is very packed, lots of buildings, not a lot of farmland. Like, I come from farmland, wheat, beets, cornfields, and there's none of that there. You have to go upstate, or you have to go to the very edge of Long Island to get any of that. So it was definitely an adjustment. I feel like I'm still adjusting because I grew up in a very not populated area, and to move to a very heavily populated state is an adjustment. I'm getting used to a lot of shopping malls. There's shopping malls everywhere you turn. There's Targets everywhere you turn. One thing I did notice though is there is not as many Walmarts as we do back home. You know, back home, Walmart is the place you go when you go grocery shopping. Here, Stop and Shop and Target and Kroger And Costco. I fell in love with Costco. I did not think that I could love a store as much as I love Costco. Anyway, straying off topic. What is my job now? I actually went back to serving at Texas Roadhouse. I don't know if I talked about this in my first video. I'm pretty sure I did not. But my very first job was a host at Texas Roadhouse back home. And now I'm actually a server here. So that's great. I love my job. I just applied to be a line operative for a flight school near here. We'll see how that goes. If it doesn't work out, no worries. I still have my server job. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. That also goes with 8. I live in the state of New York. I already talked about. 9, what is my favorite place to visit? It's the same as the first video. Disney World will still be my favorite place to visit. The crappy part is we were supposed to have a couple of vacations in 2021, but unfortunately due to COVID, we had to cancel a lot of them. We were supposed to go to Hawaii and California in the summer. Peter and I had a cruise planned for May, and now we can't do any of them. But hopefully we're able to go back to Disney World in January. How is vlogging going? Holy moly, you guys, it is so hard to vlog, edit, and have everything out on time every single time at the same time every week. It is hard, but I love it. I love making videos. I just like doing it, even if nobody sees it. I really enjoy it. So, my relationship, how is my relationship going since I moved? So if you didn't know before this, Peter and I did long distance for 2 years. We've been together for almost 4 years in August. It's 2.5 years. Or no, we've been together for 3.5 years, almost 4 years. So my relationship has hit a new spark, and it has hit a new milestone. So having long distance relationship, there's not something that you can't connect on a certain level because you're not there with them all the time. So you may miss information, you don't get to know the little details of their life. When you're gone, at least for my relationship, we didn't talk constantly. You know, he was busy, I was busy, we had jobs, work, you know, life, school, and it got busy. Sometimes we weren't able to talk all the time, not until the very end of the night. So our relationship is amazing. We get to see each other every day. I know new things about him that I didn't even know. I know he's quite messy, and I'm very much a clean person, but you know what? It has been amazing living with him. I love him more than I can even explain. So our relationship's going really well, and you know, we did quarantine together and we didn't want to choke each other. So that's really good. At least there's that. You know, you don't really know somebody until you live with them. I am a firm believer on that. And now I feel like I know him better and better every day. So, what is the next one? My favorite movie. What's my favorite movie? In my last vlog, it was The Notebook. I don't know. That's hard. I haven't really watched a lot of movies recently. I don't know, I might have to come back to that one. But of course, it's still The Notebook and Tangled. But I'm trying to think if there's anything new. Any Disney movie really makes me feel really good about myself. Princess and the Frog is so cute. Any Disney movie, I'm like obsessed with. Non-Disney movies, I can't tell you. I'm a big TV person, like a TV show person. I used to be a big movie person, but now I like watch Mickey cartoons and stuff like that, like a lot of shows, which comes to my next question, which is my favorite show. My favorite show right now, I'm actually watching it right behind you, is Grey's Anatomy. So Grey's Anatomy was also my favorite show in the first time. So yeah, it is still my favorite show. Recent shows that I've been watching is Hell's Kitchen, Kitchen Nightmares. I really like that one. We're watching Resident Alien. Peter and I just started watching Resident Alien. And I was like, oh, like, I'm not really into, like, sci-fi shows. Like, it has to be really good for me to enjoy it. And Resident Alien is so good. I'm enjoying it. We are only in, like, the 3rd episode, but it is so funny, you guys. I highly recommend watching Resident Alien. My birthday, it hasn't changed. 11/28. November 28th, I'll be 23. Ugh, I feel so old. What pets do I have? So, actually, when I moved, I gave my guinea pig to my friend. And it died like 2 weeks after I left. So I was like, oh, that's so sad. And after that video, my fish died. Like 2 of my fish died. So what happened is I actually came to New York for a visit, and then my crawfish died. His name was Lawrence, and I think that put in maybe some chemicals, and my 2 fish died like a couple weeks after that, so that sucks. And yeah, Buttercup died. So, but anyway, Peter and I now have a snake named Taco. We've always had him ever since we've been together. We got him when we were about 6 months dating. We have tanks, like fish tanks. We have coral. We have all that stuff. We still have Annie, which is Peter's dog, and yeah, that's pretty much all the pets we have. My parents all still have their pets, and we haven't really gained any, so there's that. Things I like to do in my free time since moving to New York. I love hiking. I love being outdoors, hiking, camping, swimming, fishing, all that. Peter and I fished and hiked so much this summer. It was tremendous. We were hiking and fishing every weekend pretty much. If I wasn't working and he wasn't working, we were outside. If it's not summer like it is now, it's winter. I'm always working on schoolwork when I am in the winter. I haven't really had much time for myself, but when I do, I like to read. I read a lot of my aviation stuff. I watch TV shows. It's kind of cold here, but yeah. Peter and I also really got into fitness. We started working out about 4 to 5 times a week since the beginning of January, and that's been amazing. We're learning how to eat healthy, and him and I are very big out eaters. What would you call that? Eating out people. We love to eat out. We love IHOP, Green Turtle, cheesecake. Like, we just love a lot of outdoor foods, and we're learning to cook and actually eat at home, which has been a challenge because Peter doesn't cook. So we're trying to find new recipes that are healthy, and we love having them. For me, I've noticed I really love Ghost protein powder. I really love Ghost protein powder. I got peanut butter cereal milk, which sounds kind of weird, but it tastes so good. It's just peanut butter. Add that with bananas, ice, some oatmeal, like oats. Oh my gosh, it's so good in a protein shake. Anyway, things I don't like. I still don't like dishes. I freaking hate dishes, but I don't have to really do dishes anymore because I live with Peter's parents and we have a dishwasher. So there's that. Things I don't like though. Bugs are annoying on my hike, and chafing. I don't like chafing. My legs chafe a lot because I'm a big girl. But other than that, I don't think there's a lot of things that I don't like. So there's that. A cool thing that happened to me. Why did I write that? I don't know anything that's cool that's happened to me. A cool thing that has happened to me. I don't really know. I moved here. That's a really cool thing for me because I always thought I'd live in North Dakota. And now that I've moved away from North Dakota, there's so many places I want to live again. That's a cool thing, I guess. I moved here. How cool is that? What kind of car do I drive? I drive a 2009 Honda Civic. I love this song. I drive a 2009 Honda Civic. So what happened is I actually bought a 2005 or something Infiniti car from a dead guy. He was a big smoker, so we got it cleaned, like professionally clean. It was like $500, and it was a nice car. It had, of course, its bumps. The sunroof didn't work and gets stuck a lot of times. But anyway, I crashed it. I crashed it in March. So I'm not used to traffic. I have never experienced traffic because I live in a very small town. I live in a 200-person town, and then my closest town has like 20,000 people in it. I don't know what traffic is unless you're leaving the Sioux game. Like, there's nothing as traffic. So I was heading home from school. It's about a 30-minute drive. And we were into bumper-to-bumper traffic. And, of course, something flew off my seat. And so I literally looked down to grab it for like maybe 10 seconds. And the car in front of me stopped, and I slammed into the back of the car. And of course, it had to be a 2018 Audi. They just had a brand new car, and I slammed into the back of it. Their car was not dented. It didn't happen. Nothing happened. Maybe a little piece fell off. My car crippled like an accordion. It was like this big by the time that it crashed because the whole thing just bent up. So that ended up having to be completely trashed, which, if you can imagine my disbelief, because I just moved to New York and now I spent all the money to get a car and I freaking destroyed it. So I had to buy a new car, which Peter's dad, his friend had a car that he was trying to get rid of. So that's where I got my Honda Civic, and I love my Honda Civic. From now on, I will be buying Honda Civics. So praying for no more car crashes for like ever, because that sucked. And I cry under stress. Like, I cry when I'm mad, I cry when I'm stressed, and of course I cry when I'm sad. So I was like freaking out. I had to get in the back of a cop car because they had to take me home because I obviously couldn't drive my car. Yeah, it was a huge mess. But anyway, I'm good now. We're good. But that's, of course, when quarantine started. That day actually is when my school shut down because of Corona. So maybe it was like the stress of everything and trying to get home, and yeah, it was crazy. I mean, the world was shutting down and I crashed my car. Like, what? Anyway. Do I have any friends since moving? So I made a friend my first semester. Her name was Emily. We met in my history class. She was so sweet. She still is so sweet. We don't talk anymore very much because she got into the nursing program and she's been a busy bee, which is totally cool. You know, if she wants to get coffee sometime, I'm so up for it. I've met 2 people since moving here that are my closest friends, and that's Kayla and Marina. And that might sound sad, and they might not think that I'm their closest friend, but since I'm so busy studying all the time, I don't really have a lot of time to go out and actually like meet people. So I meet my people. Those are people from my workplace. So they have been incredible, and they are so supportive, and they're the people that you want to surround yourself by because they are so like motivational. They want the best for their lives, and they want people around them to have that same, you know, mindset. So they have been very good on my mental health. They have been just really great friends. So I'm very thankful that I met them. Other than that, Peter's family, like a lot of his cousins are my friends, and when we meet up, we always have a good time. So, how was quarantine? Holy crap, that was intense. Like, even now, we're still not allowed to go out all the time. You know, like, now it's just starting to get back to normal. My job is at full capacity. My job doesn't close until the normal time now. Like, before we were just doing to go. And before, you know, we weren't even allowed, people had to be out of everything and home by 10 o'clock. Like, it was just wild. Quarantine in general, Peter and I spent a lot of time outdoors. We were hiking, you know, we were fishing all the time. We tried our best to stay outdoors, obviously away from people. We were never by people. We went out for walks, and, you know, we stayed away from mass amounts of people. Peter and I watched a lot of TV when it was cold. You know, we just stayed inside, watched TV, and, you know, we found new games to play. And yeah, I think moving here and then instantly having a freaking pandemic happen was just pandemic, crashing my car, moving across the world from my family. Like, it was just a huge thing. So I think overall, though, I wouldn't be the person I am if the pandemic didn't happen. You know, I find myself very thankful for the life I have, and I'm so sorry for the people who have lost theirs, but that just makes me want to live my life stronger and harder, and I just want to be such a happy person, and I want to live my life to the fullest. So my number 22, how has this year of 2020 changed me? Just going off of like 21, it's changed me immensely. Like, moving away from my family has taught me a new sense of independence that I didn't know I had. And I've always been a pretty independent person before I moved here, but to move here away from my family, from my hometown, was amazing. Like, I miss them every single day. My heart aches when I'm not with my family, but it has shown me such a different world that I didn't know existed. And I'm independent, and I'm free, and you know, it makes me want to live my life and go hiking, travel. Like, I want to travel so bad, and COVID happened, and you can't travel now, not for a long time, you know. So it is what it is. We traveled to Disney World in January, which you guys hope. Okay, my video cut off, but I want to travel. Like, Peter and I have so many places that we want to travel. We want to go to South Africa, Bolivia, like, We want to go to Utah, Nepal, like so many places, Germany, Italy, Greece. We have just so many places that we want to travel because of what has happened, that we just don't want to take any life for granted, any day for granted. We take every day like it is the last day, and we live life to the fullest. So that is it, guys. That is my 22 things about me updated. I know it got a little bit deep, so I apologize for that, and it's going to be a long video. I already know it is. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I really appreciate you guys watching. So if you could just like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye!